Time is one of the most precious resources we have, yet it often feels like there's never enough of it. We've all experienced days where the clock seems to race ahead while our to-do list stays just as long, untouched, and daunting. It's not just about managing time, but mastering it. Finding ways to make the most of every minute without burning out. This isn't just for those with towering ambitions or overwhelming schedules. Mastering time management can bring more balance, productivity, and peace into anyone's life. Imagine waking up in the morning and knowing exactly what needs to be done. Not the overwhelming kind of pressure, but a calm certainty that today is going to be productive. The first step in mastering time management is understanding that time itself cannot be controlled. It's always moving forward, regardless of what we do. What we can control, however, is how we spend that time. Take the morning, for example. How often do we find ourselves rushing through it, barely awake, grabbing coffee on the way out the door, and hoping the rest of the day will somehow magically fall into place? A productive day starts with intention. The morning is your time to set the tone for everything that follows. Some of the most successful people in the world swear by their morning routines, not because they're trying to squeeze every second into productivity, but because they know that discipline and structure create freedom. Consider this. By waking up just 15 minutes earlier, you give yourself the gift of time. Instead of reacting to the day, you start by taking control of it. Whether it's a few minutes of stretching, reading, or even just sitting with your thoughts, that small window of time allows you to ground yourself before the demands of the world kick in. It's not about doing more, it's about being intentional with what you do. But mornings are just the beginning. Mastering time management involves understanding the natural rhythm of your day. When do you feel the most energized? When does your focus start to wane? These are important questions to ask because not all hours are created equal. Trying to power through tasks when your energy is low is like trying to run a marathon on empty. It's possible, but the effort is much greater, and the results often suffer. Once you identify your peak hours, protect them fiercely. These are the golden hours when your productivity is at its highest. Use them to tackle the most important tasks of the day. Too often, we fall into the trap of starting with easy or less meaningful tasks, thinking we'll get them out of the way. But the truth is, by the time we reach the important stuff, we're drained, distracted, or simply out of time. Speaking of distractions, they're the ultimate enemy of time management. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. We live in a digital age where notifications, emails, and social media are constantly vying for our attention. But here's the thing. Every time we get distracted, it takes our brains several minutes to refocus on the task at hand. Imagine how much time is wasted throughout the day just by switching back and forth between tasks. The key here is learning to set boundaries, both with yourself and with others. This might mean turning off notifications, setting specific times to check emails, or even letting people know that certain hours are off limits for interruptions. It's not about being rude or shutting people out. It's about prioritizing your time. After all, the time you protect for yourself is time you can later give back to others, fully present and undistracted. Another powerful tool in mastering time management is the concept of time blocking. This involves scheduling your day into blocks of time dedicated to specific tasks. For example, you might block off an hour in the morning for focused work, followed by a 30-minute break, then another block for meetings, and so on. By assigning tasks to specific times, you not only ensure they get done, but also give yourself permission to focus solely on one thing at a time. This reduces the mental clutter that comes with juggling multiple tasks in your head. Time blocking also helps in combating one of the biggest productivity killers, procrastination. We've all been there, staring at a task we know we need to do, but somehow finding ourselves cleaning the kitchen, scrolling through social media, or doing anything but that task. The secret to overcoming procrastination lies in breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps. Instead of seeing the whole project as a mountain to climb, focus on the next small step. With time blocking, even a daunting task becomes just another item on the schedule. It's not overwhelming because it's part of the plan. However, no matter how well we plan, life happens. Unexpected events, emergencies, or even just a bad day can throw our carefully crafted schedules off track. This is where flexibility comes in. Mastering time management is not about rigidly sticking to a plan no matter what. It's about adapting when things don't go as expected. If something throws you off course, don't beat yourself up. Instead, reassess, adjust, and move forward. The goal is progress, not perfection. One of the most underrated aspects of time management is the importance of rest. It might seem counterintuitive, but rest is essential for productivity. Think of it like charging a battery. If you keep running on empty, eventually your output will slow down, and you might even burn out. Incorporating regular breaks, downtime, and even sleep into your schedule ensures that when you are working, you're doing so at full capacity. It's not just about working harder, but working smarter. In the end, mastering time management isn't just about getting more done. It's about living a more intentional life. When you manage your time well, you create space for the things that truly matter. Whether that's spending time with loved ones, pursuing a passion, or simply taking a moment to breathe. It's about feeling in control of your day, rather than letting the day control you. So the next time you look at your to-do list and feel that familiar sense of overwhelm, remember that mastering time management isn't about cramming more into your schedule. It's about being deliberate with your time, understanding your priorities, and creating a rhythm that works for you. It's about recognizing that every minute counts and making sure those minutes are spent in alignment with what truly matters to you. And perhaps most importantly, it's about balance. After all, life isn't just about productivity. It's about finding the right harmony between work, rest, and play. When you strike that balance, you don't just get more done. You live a richer, more fulfilling life.